Nigga, if you buying that ticket, you fucking.
I got everything I need at my house. I don't need a hall pass.
No. Every time I get to a corner and I see somebody doing a famous Baltimore gangster lean.
We outside.
And what I got. That was the remix.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another week of the Shop Podcast. I am Miss Toya. To my never mind.
It doesn't work.
That's Pastor, Miss Sharp Lady, and Mr. James in the building.
Good evening.
Hey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, everybody.
What song is that from?
What song?
Biggie, can't think about it right now.
That's right. It's a Biggie song, and I do have a quick trivia question for the bad boy enthusiasm. Aztec, whatever the word. All right. Since you're the biggest bad boy fan ever, name an NBA player to have a song with Biggie.
I don't know. I'm also not.
Henry.
I'm a Puff fan.
Henry.
Who you said?
Oh, are we? It's my turn?
Yeah.
You should know the answer.
Shaq.
You're right.
That's what I was getting ready to say too.
I guess I really shouldn't have been thinking about current player.
No, I just thought about all the NBA players and who had the personality to make us a song with Bad Boy, and he was the first person that came to mind. It was either going to be him or Kobe.
Mathematically, I was out of the.
Or it could have been Master P.
First of all, hold on. Why would you
P.
think a recent NBA player would
That's
have a
what
song
I said.
with him?
I was
Wait. Did she say Master P?
Yeah, I did.
Master P did play in the NBA though.
Okay. That's what
he did.
He did.
He ain't play when Biggie was alive. He ain't play when Biggie was alive.
He might have.
He ain't play when Biggie was alive.
But the way that they do songs now, they could have took something and remixed it. I mean, there's so many remix from old songs.
That's not a song with Biggie did.
Like Jada said, I did real songs with Big.
All right, Mr. J.
I want to know if the pastor knows. The pastor got a little hip hop history in him. I want to know if he knows.
Y'all already gave the answer. Oh, where he at?
You know he be ghosting. So
anyway,
we can remix it in a minute.
I'm about to.
How was everybody's weekend?
It was fabulous. But you know what? Before we go any further, Mr. J, that article was phenomenal.
Well, I want to thank Miss Catherine Sharp Lady, because
Catherine.
without her nomination, I wouldn't have been able to go on there onto the Voyage, folks. And since Kathy did nominate me, I did nominate a few people, and Mr. 360 up there. I don't know if you got your email yet, but I don't leave no surprises, so it should be contact.
Yeah, actually, I know. Yeah, actually, I nominated all three of you all. So so both Boss and Party Animal 360. Yes, you all will. Maybe you'll get the next episode, but I did give all three of you all a nomination.
Aww.
And it's just so happened that Mr. To and Fro, I got the email and saying that Mr. To and Fro had got picked for November's issue.
Yes,
congratulations. It was a very nice article.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Mama.
So Patrick, are you there? Oh, frustrating. Are you here?
When did Biggie die?
Biggie died
March
in
9th.
March 9th, 19 something.
Was it 86? I just thought I'd give y'all that laugh. I know it wasn't 86, but I just thought I'd get that laugh. I don't know why. 1986 is on my mind right now.
What happened in 1986?
My sister was born.
Who's getting loose?
Hey, I was 16 in 86, so yeah, that was the year.
What's the? Oh, you was at Twilight.
Actually, nope. So because you're not a native Baltimorean, Mr. Captain, I was at and Mr. Frank and Pastor might know this. I was at the Kappa House.
No, no Kappa House, baby girl.
You don't know the Kappa House on Liberty Heights?
No.
You know the Prohibition spot?
So that's where they, if you went to private school, they used to have mixers there. So that's where, we used to have our little, what we could call little, I guess you could say discos, but they called them social mixers.
What you know about the barn?
The barn?
In Columbia?
Yeah, in Columbia.
Oh, Toya know about the barn. She was there.
Toya know a whole bunch of Howard County people too.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
So I don't know about the barn. Tell me about the barn.
That's where all the high school folks used to go to.
Okay. Well, so us city people.
Howard County.
So us city people who went to Mercy, Loyola, Calvert Hall, the social mixers was at the Kappa House on Liberty Heights, right there, like a couple of blocks from Gwynn Oak and Liberty Heights. So that's where we had our little shedangs at.
Shedang?
Can you verify that?
Yes, I can
Ray
verify.
said she remembered the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't verify Miss Sharp Lady's place. No.
Randy, Randy, please come from. If you're in Florida, please log on and verify since the missus went to Mercy. The missus know about the Kappa House.
Okay.
I can't believe y'all don't know. I can't believe that Hutch, you don't know about the Kappa House. What year were you?
Because Hutch was at the barn.
The hell? You act like we the same age. I don't know about that shit.
That was a low blow.
I can't with y'all tonight. I can't with y'all. So what are you? Are you calling me old? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I just
feel like you did.
I said we not the same age.
He called me old.
They didn't allow liquor back then.
He called me old.
It was Prohibition.
No.
Underground Railroad.
Right.
It's so funny that you said that 6 because you know what? My first job was at parole and probation, so a lot of people showed up at parole and probation, incognito. And what I found out was that, when I thought that they were just smoking marijuana, it was actually cocaine was a big thing in like 86 and 87. Wow. So some of my friends that from high school, I had no idea that they were smoking coke at 16 and 17.
Damn.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I felt like Pastor should have kept that picture because it looked like an album cover, but now it's gone. But that was a nice little freezy picture. Were you outside at Hutch?
I'm out here checking these vehicles and stuff.
Oh, you ain't at the no shoot zone 452?
What's that?
I don't know. It's not a 452. It was 103. Some lady posted them. It must have took her a long time to type that because that was a lot.
Well, the no shoe zone?
Yeah.
I don't know. That shit was crazy.
Well, since you mentioned it, let's get into that.
That shit was crazy to me.
We're going to give Hutch a good 20 minutes. Just go ahead and get it out.
Yeah, you got to give me 20 minutes.
Nah, just go ahead.
You got to break it down because Pastor ain't on here.
I ain't got nothing to break down. I don't know.
For the people who don't know, like Sheree.
I just saw what everybody else saw. And just so everybody know, it wasn't his woman. She already said it wasn't her, and he wouldn't put his hands on her. That's what she said. So it wasn't his woman.
Dr. Heavenly, really?
Do y'all know who that is?
I do.
Married
to Medicine.
Sheree said, what'd she say? Should I know? So I don't really know who the guy is. That's what I wanted you to explain. I can say what we watched.
So Tyree Callion, Tyree Moorhead is a former gang member, did 19 years in the penitentiary. He is Mr. No Shoot Zone. He started No Shoot Zones when 2 children were murdered, and he went around the city posting No Shoot Zones. In other states, he did No Shoot Zones as well. But I think recently Tyree started to have some type of breakdown. So I think he was going through a lot of mental situations, which doesn't excuse the situation at hand. But Tyree has been shot. Tyree has been stabbed on live. He was recently stabbed, I want to say early October, late September. He was just stabbed again. So he was stabbed before a couple of years ago on live. He was on live. He got stabbed again recently. He's been shot. The streets wanted him dead. The police wanted him dead. But the thing about Tyree is he knew his he knew the law. And I think that because he used to walk around with this big knife, the police already knew who he was. He always had a run-in with the police, but he is Mr. No Shoot Zone. And he did a lot, as far as, putting the shining light on people's death before Baltimore ceasefire. I don't know her name, but she does a lot too. And shout out to Baltimore ceasefire. They actually changed their name. But Sunday, as most people have seen, Tyree was gunned down by the police, shot 13 times. Supposedly he was fighting or beating some woman. Nobody knows who this woman was. Nobody knows the real story. But he is no longer here with us, Mr. No Shoot Zone. So he is now one of his own No Shoot Zone numbers. And they have put his memorial No Shoot Zone over there on, I think, Fulton and Lafayette.
Oh, wow. So somebody's going to continue this No Shoot Zone thing.
I believe they have other people in the No Shoot Zone. So I can't really say who did the memorial or who did the No Shoot Zone for him, but I would hope that they will continue it and make it a little bit better. Maybe they'll come up with people from ceasefire. But we'll see. It's a crazy situation, but
so every place that somebody gets shot becomes a No Shoot Zone.
For him, that's what the plan was. That's the situation at hand was supposed to be.
I definitely walked past a No Shoot Zone. Now I'm a little fearful.
When did you walk past one?
I think we all did. That time that we all went to Joe's Pizza.
Maybe. Shit. You could.
Is that the place that's on North Avenue in Maryland?
Yeah.
I think that might have been one of the places she put.
You could have walked past a lot of murder areas without the No Shoot Zone.
Oh Lord!
I just wanted to know when he was in the city. That's what I was going for.
I be outside, girl. You don't know.
Lies you tell.
I get in the car and then I drive.
So, do we want to discuss, or are we going to not discuss whether we think it was a justified shooting or not?
I think it was justified with that knife. That's a big ass knife he'd be carrying. So I believe when you are attacking somebody, you are assaulting somebody, and they said that he was stabbing and he still had the knife in his hand, regardless if he got on the ground, the knife was still in his hand. So So a police officer is still a threat. I don't know what the protocol is when a person gets on the ground, but he should have just dropped the knife. And I mean,
right.
I just feel like 13 shots for somebody who's already on the ground was kind of excessive. But nobody knows the police handbook, because every day the police handbook changes.
So I'm not saying that I think every day it changes, but I think people do have a misconception of what the police do when they shoot.
It was a lot of shots.
So from my knowledge, and I could be wrong, Randy's here, he can fact check me. I don't think the police shoot to immobilize a threat. Or if they shoot to immobilize a threat, the threat is not immobilized until you dead, probably. So I was talking to my cousins and I was like, I think there needs to be reform in how they shoot and what they do. However, I was like, if you take the shooting that was in the Giant in Oxon Hill, the lady shot the officer 3 times, and she probably thought she was about to get away and leave. But even though he had been shot 3 times, he was still able to kill her.
Is it okay for him to shoot her in the back?
I don't know if shooting somebody in the back. I guess it depends on what they're doing.
I mean, they just shot you 3 times.
I thought that if you shoot somebody in the back, that is considered as like more harmful or something. It's something differently when you shoot somebody in the back versus when you shoot them in the front.
Well, I thought it was supposed to be send a mass anyways, and that's why I understand. Like, if somebody's on the ground, how do you still shoot them? Or if the person that has their back to them, how do you shoot somebody in the back?
Because they just shot you 3 times and they were leaving.
So wait, who shot?
Nobody. I was just making it up.
Also, shooting somebody in the back that's walking away is different from shooting somebody in the back that's running to attack somebody.
But he already shot her 3 times. I mean, she had already shot him 3 times.
Yeah, but my point was she shot the officer 3 times, and what I'm saying is he was still able to get off a shot to kill her. My point is 3 shots didn't take him down.
I get it.
Stopping him from doing something.
After I shoot you 3 times, I'm gonna turn around and walk away. So please don't shoot me in my back. I'm just saying.
I think at that point, no. I think it's very justified in shooting her in the back.
I can't get a pass. I was turned around.
Now she's also endangering other people. Like, you just letting somebody that's shooting walk through the store
and buy some Takis.
That is where I do my grocery shopping. Not that one, but
yeah,
I need them to take her down. But
no more shooting. You know what? I was thinking the other day, and maybe this kind of has to do with raps and stupid stuff. But once you can buy a gun, shooting is kind of buying a gun and having guns is kind of corny after a while. It's like,
I mean, I have weapons, and I don't carry none of them unless I'm going to a job. But the way that I'm not even going to say the world because I can't speak on the world, but the way Baltimore City is going, sometimes when I do be out at night, late, I feel like I should have that weapon. But I also feel like when if I do have a weapon on me, it's like you get this extra energy, this extra battery. And I was like, yeah, come on. So I don't want to feel like some type of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, God forbid I'm in a situation and I don't have the weapon on me. So I'm not a gun person. I have, like I said, 2 weapons, but I'm not a gun person. Like, I don't like guns. I just have it to, work, whatever the case may be, work purposes. But I'm not about to sit around here walking around with the gun on me, and so. But like they say, guns don't kill people. People kill people.
people who say don't want gun reform.
don't know, man. I feel like it's something that needs to be fixed, and it probably can, but there's too much money involved in guns, yo. So I guess.
Moving on.
Hold up, man. Pastor be having a gun too. We need to see how he feels. Pastor, how you feel?
I got a registered firearm. What do I feel about what?
I mean, what's your thoughts on guns and the supermarket shooting and no shoot zone? You must have to show. And we got a verification for you.
It's only been 24 minutes. I didn't miss that for sure.
I say unless we going with that 7:00 thing.
So look, the no shoot zone thing. My wife had the video up a few times, or more than a few times. I let her know that when you start firing a weapon, you can't just when you're in the heat of it, you can't just fire one and just stop there or whatever. However, at the same token, the police officer that's fresh happens to be fresh out the academy. He reloaded his weapon and started firing some more. So yeah.
Did he fire more or did he
think
reload?
that may have been a test.
I need to fire more.
He reloaded. I know he reloaded.
I saw him reload. I didn't see him shoot anymore, but he had stopped moving once he reloaded. Because I said they shot until he literally stopped moving.
It was a lot of rounds.
His body definitely shows him reload.
I'm not trying to judge. I'm just saying there was a lot of rounds that went down range. It was a lot of rounds. He
was still moving. I think he wanted him to get the knife out of his hand. But I think when he starts shooting somebody, like, I don't think that a person is like, you shooting me. I don't have the mind frame now to let the knife go. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But I think that in that situation in Baltimore City, anywhere where that man was at, I feel like the police had a target on him. And, any type of approach from him that was negative, whether it was east or west, it was going to always be a negative thing. And I think that it was just their time. And I think that he might have felt like it was his time too, because why would he keep the knife in his hand knowing that the police is coming?
Was he in the group?
Yeah, he was.
Because I feel like, and I will go on record as saying this, I declined all of his posts.
So did I. I never.
Because I typically don't approve anybody's live videos. We have our own podcast to promote. But one day I was like, this person keep posting it. Let me see what it is. And he was attacking the woman in it. I was like, bro, this is your video. So I was like, delete.
Yeah, I never approved him. I mean, I would go sometimes on his live. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he was just, I don't know. I think he just had I don't know. I can't even talk about demons because I never do that type of situation. I never had like a mental breakdown or those type of things. So I don't know what people go through when they go through episodes. But I know that he had a lot dealing with his kids and trying to get his twins back, but he was just going live and just ranting about different things. Like, it was crazy, and it's so crazy. About last week, he made a post alive. I'm getting out of the city tomorrow. Blah 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 blah. I think he left for a day and came back. And like the next day is when the whole situation happened.
Speaking of shooting people, I miss Laid Back Jack.
Well, I think that was a situation as well where
what happened?
I think is because when I guess he got into that argument in the casino, whatever case may be, but I think that's probably more of a retaliation. But yeah. He did a lot. He did a lot. He was, he did a lot of things in the city.
Who y'all talking about?
His name is Laid Back Jack.
Is this a person or a TV character?
No, it's a person.
Oh, sorry.
I'll be outside. I told you.
Clearly more than me.
But speaking of outside, Pastor, we need a verification check, a Baltimore verification check. So
wait a minute, Randy's on, so Randy can do the check.
what was it called? Club 227?
Why can't Pastor do the check? He from Baltimore.
How come every time he say speaking of, how come every time he say speaking of, Pastor come after that?
Because I'm trying to include you in the show, but we needed verification, and they said you would be a good person.
Are you talking about? So at the beginning, I did hear when y'all was talking to Hutch and myself. Is that what we talking about? Kathy was looking for that verification.
Yeah, I don't know what that place you're talking about.
The Kappa House on Liberty Heights. They used to be across the 7th.
Wait a minute, what is that?
Randy can't save you.
Wait a minute,
on,
like
Randy.
I'm for real. Like y'all are not familiar with the
Right.
fraternity, the Kappa House. They have
I'm
it's
familiar
still
with
up there
the fraternity,
now.
but I'm not familiar with the house.
Pastor's younger than me, so we can't verify that either.
Come on, Randy, we need you.
You talking about something from 1986, and I think Randy in my age.
See, Randy younger than us.
Oh, Randy younger than us?
I was saying that
Yeah,
the
Randy
missus went to
graduated after I did.
Mercy's. I was saying the missus went to Mercy, and this is part of a Mercy history that Randy knows about. That the Kappa House was a place from where the social mixes was happening. Anybody that went to, like I said, Mercy, Loyola, Calvin Hall, Boys Latin. That's what they called them. They called them social mixers.
Let me ask my husband, but I'm gonna ask him real quick.
Mark will be outside.
What's the name?
Oh yeah, the Kappa House on Liberty Heights.
So, Pastor, did you ever make it to the barn?
What's the barn?
It's a social mixer.
Shut up.
In Columbia.
I don't know what that is, bro.
I know, the word "the barn" sounds so country, but it's not country. I promise.
Can
was
you
a
rent
club?
it out?
The barn?
Yeah.
Oh, you know about the barn?
Cause I'm trying to figure out if I'm thinking of the same thing y'all talking about. My sister rented someplace called the Barn to give my brother a birthday party.
That's probably it.
It's the only place in Columbia called the Barn where all the I forgot what Kathy used earlier, but you know all the
social mixers.
No, what she said.
Right. Has everybody been to Twilight here?
Yeah, I've been to Twilight.
Yeah, back in the day.
I don't know what Twilight is.
Where was Twilight?
It was.
I've never been to Twilight.
Twilight,
it was like Route 1. But like all the way up Baltimore.
Washington Boulevard?
No, I never been.
Me either. Don't know nothing about it.
Washington Boulevard where about Wendy's.
All right.
I have been to.
Y'all been to the tunnel?
He said
I was gonna say let me run it down real quick. I've been to Choices. I've been to Baltimore Live. I've been to the Hammers. I've been to the Tunnel.
Okay.
I think that cover it.
Did you say
Katina? Katina by Beecher with C downtown. Iguana Katina.
It ain't called.
Randy just confirmed the Kappa House on Gwen Oak for me.
He probably had to ask one of his uncles or some shit.
I've been to James Thompson.
Randy, tell him that you ain't have to ask your uncle.
He had to ask somebody. He just texted his father real quick because
Randy, you went to the Kappa House?
Yeah, he threw that lifeline out.
Randy, was you in the Kappa House in 1980?
Randy threw me a lifeline. Thank you, Randy.
He about to snatch it right back.
Was you there in 86? Because he wasn't there in 86.
I never said he had to be there, but I know that it was still existing after 86. Come on now.
Was you there in 86?
She was there.
Yes, I was.
Yo, half of us was in diapers.
Wow. But we was started.
I'm about to.
Like the late
on
90s.
that note, I'm a sign off on that note.
No, I missed you. I'm not even gonna lie. I miss having Kathy to play with.
Aww.
That's y'all treating me just like I am on a cane, on a walker, wearing the pins and all of that.
I mean, well, when you say things like social, I can't even remember what the name of it is.
Social
it was called. They called them social mixers.
When you say things like social mixers, I've never heard that.
In 86.
That feels like my parents saying I'm going to a disco.
Okay, so Pastor, can you read Randy's comment?
Pastor is gone. Ain't that?
Oh, well.
Yes. So the comments. So Randy said first he said I made it. What's up, peeps? Then he said the Kappa House over by Gwen Oak. No, I came up in that area. I never went in there, but I knew it was over there on Liberty Heights. I didn't exist in 86. 6, good to have you back, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you.
We was good without him. Psych.
I mean, y'all was.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, it's cool. What is the next thing that we about to lean into?
Drake.
Drake.
We gonna talk about Drake. Who listens to him and 21 Savage?
I haven't heard it yet.
I listened to the album.
You like it?
It's cool. I mean, you know, Drake got to always put his Caribbean singing shit on everything, but it was cool.
What's your favorite song?
No, I ain't got no favorite song because I ain't listened to it that deep now.
I like Spin About You.
Mine is the other song.
Coco Loco?
I can't even do it because I don't know the name of the song.
Coco Loco, go ahead.
Okay, so did Meg jump out the window too fast?
Yes, she did. I feel like she did. I feel like he knew it was going to happen, so that's why he played off that. But, yo, she is very emotional. But I feel like if you want to run with the boys and rap like the boys, you got to be able to handle these type of situations.
I'm going to disagree with that.
That she didn't jump out the window?
I feel like she jumped out the window, but the whole, if you want to rap like the boys and run with the boys, you got, like, it's almost giving, I stole this from somewhere else.
Wow.
But it's like, okay, let's take Meg out of it. What about Serena Williams?
What he said? I didn't hear what he said about Serena Williams.
Same song, I think.
Groupie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drake is a fucking groupie.
Okay. Just
that's along the lines of one guy telling me that another guy's a clown, and that guy telling me that guy's a clown. I'm like, both of y'all clowns. Like,
I call people fat every day. I'm like, yo, he fat. People do that type of stuff every day. Rap is rap. It's all in, I'm not gonna say it's all in fun because now people die, but I mean it's just about being witty.
All right, I want him to be witty with Pusha T.
Who, Drake?
Yeah.
I mean, he did the Dapper freestyle, whatever that, or Deeper, whatever. He's talked about it.
Yeah, he back there. Jay Prince told me not to say anything, but you got a bunch of lip for a bunch of women.
No, because he talked about Serena's husband.
Okay, if you talk about Marlon, you talk about me, and I'm liable to put my foot up your ass while he turned another cheek.
Is that what we're going with today?
I'm just saying.
Because I got a whole story.
I'm just saying.
Oh, really? You singing like Drake?
You can do better. He can do better.
So people are saying that's going to be album of the year. What are y'all thoughts?
My man Boosie said, "The hell with that. Him and T.I. album is better than that."
Boosie is now a character.
I was about to say.
That's what my man Terrence. That's what my man Terrence said.
That's the clown calling the clown a clown. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say Boosie. Boosie just different.
Boosie's a clown to me, but yeah. I'm almost 40, so some of the shit that these people do. I mean, Drake is 36, and I'm still like, grow up. So I don't know how old Boosie is. He looks like he's, I don't know, the Crypt Keeper, but
I feel like Boosie was on that. I feel like Boosie was on that list we were talking about last week. The list of people where they'd be like, free my ninja Boosie, and he was guilty of doing whatever they said he did.
Keep that nigga in jail.
So, would we say Diddy's not a clown?
You can call him what you want, but
I'm just asking a question. I'm asking a question.
Listen. I've loved a few clowns. That don't mean, just like you said, you call people fat. I can call a clown.
Because you a clown?
No, I'm not a clown. I can just call you on what you are.
That's different.
I can still love a killer. I just still want you to go to jail. But
all right, what other music came out?
Like, go ahead. Like I said, keep that energy for them niggas that come at you.
Who you talking about, Drake?
Yeah. And I'm a Drake fan. Don't by any. I said that was my favorite song. I just couldn't think of the name of it. Don't by any
talking about Kanye.
Think I'm not a fan. I'm just like, that was some clown shit to me. That's just one young lady's opinion.
Did you hear Kanye's response?
I try to filter anything Kanye related out.
Y'all people make me so mad. Hutch, did you hear Kanye's response?
Nah, to who? Drake?
Yeah.
What did Drake say to Kanye, and what did Kanye say back?
Drake said he had to link with the ops because of Jay Prince. He only did that shit because of Jay Prince.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. What did
Kanye said, I'm bigger than that. I'm trying to save the whole community. I wish that man prosperity and love.
Okay, now that's something I like to hear.
Yeah.
From Ye. Stop calling him Kanye.
The street said got no love for Jay Prince or Jazz Prince. So
who said that?
The streets. Everybody saying that they done for. Mob ties is about
because they let
take off.
They caused take off.
So, do you now when To and Fro takes us on the business trip to Houston? Do we still tap in or no?
The folks said that ain't no even need to be tapping in, checking in, none of that to these folks because look what just happened. You check in, you got the Mob Ties party in Houston, their event, and the man still get killed.
So are we canceling checking in?
To and Fro taking the trip to Houston?
No.
We're gonna do a live podcast from Houston and sell tickets.
Anyway.
That's what other podcasts.
Well, never mind. I ain't gonna say that name. I'm messing up.
Rory and Maul.
No, I was gonna say you think you 83 South, but that's not the name of it.
They don't do podcasts.
I thought
they
was
do comedy shows. They have one, but I think they actually just do comedy shows. Speaking of,
they do their podcast live on the road.
But did y'all see that one about the girl titties? That shit was hilarious.
You said what?
The one about the girl's titties. She had a shirt open, right? And it was like it looked like your titties getting a divorce, and one got mad at the other one in the car, and they both went their separate ways. And they was going in on that shit. That shit was hilarious, yo.
I did not see that. Hey, I'm gonna cut to it early. Hutch.
Whoa.
Did you watch Married at First Sight?
I watched pieces of it.
Did you watch the first 5 minutes? Because that's all that mattered.
No.
Well, let me tell you what happened.
Yeah,
Kevin Frazier was like, who has unfollowed anybody? And apparently the tall guy, Justin, unfollowed everybody. So they was like, Nate, the light-skinned one that looked like a fish out of water, was like, I want to know why you unfollowed us. So that's when he was like, man, the tall one was like, man, forget you. You made a pass at me twice. So they're like, what? So he was like, how did I make a pass at you? He was like, you complimented my skin. Everybody like, wait a minute. He was like, you said my skin was nice twice. I was like, oh, that's not coming on to somebody. That's somebody who got bad skin admiring somebody who has decent skin. So
he jumped out the window?
Yes, he jumped all the way out the window from the high rise. So it was about to fight. So they push him off the stage, and they talk to the fish out of water and like, don't pay it no attention. Don't even let that rile you up. And he was like, right. So Justin comes back out and sits down, and he was like, "And you a crybaby." He was like, "That's why I don't like you, because you're a crybaby. You're too emotional about everything." He was like, "Maybe you need to cry yourself." I was like, "Oh my God."
So in situations like that, who is the person to blame? The person who led the person to jump out the window, or the person who jumped out the window?
In this particular case, the person who jumped out the window was the problem.
What is your
Because
thought?
nothing should have led him to respond that way. They asked this man, why did he unfollow everybody?
But let's say, okay, let's change the situation.
He wanted to think Megan was the problem. We already.
Nah, I'm not even talking about that though. I'm just saying, okay, let's say you dealing with a girl, and your phone keep ringing. She like, let me see your phone. You hold your phone like, nah, you can't see my phone. She's zapped out. But really, it's Verizon calling to cut your shit off.
That ain't why you won't let her see it.
I mean, you don't know. But
that ain't why.
Is the person who jumped out the window to blame for these situations, or the person who led them to jump out the window?
I don't understand who jumped out the window on that situation.
She did, because she's zapping out to want to see your phone. But you also kind of led her to believe it was something going on because you ain't really give your phone up. You could have easily rectified the situation and just said, here, it's Verizon.
Well, I should have to say here, it's Verizon.
I mean, you don't. But then again, you could leave somebody jump out the window.
So that means that's that person's issue and that's that person's fault. You jumped out the window because I didn't want you to see my phone that I paid for.
So you're saying the person who jumps out the window. I feel the person who jumped out the window too.
Yeah, the person who jumped out the window. Like you going all crazy over a person's phone that's ringing and I don't want to give you my phone. That's your issue.
Yeah. I feel like as men we do that sometimes to women.
Do what? Make you that's that's what I was gonna say. You just gaslighting the situation.
But why is it a gaslight if somebody say, no, you can't hold my phone? What's wrong with no, you can't hold my phone? What's wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong with the statement, no, you can't hold my phone. What's wrong is that when you antagonize it after you say, no, you can't hold my phone. It's men have a subtle way of saying S or saying subliminal stuff after that statement.
Well, in this situation, I ain't hear nothing subliminal or anything else. I just heard that you can't hold my phone.
Sometimes as men, we kind of want to make ourselves bigger than what we really are. So like you can say something and have a girl feeling like you got all type of girls in the background when you really don't. But all you got to do is just walk that line and she'll keep believing it. And sometimes that makes her like you even more. Sometimes that makes her say, fuck this shit, I don't want to deal with it.
So again, that's that person's problem though.
Yeah. It's part of the game. I just put y'all up on $1 million worth of games.
I guess because when I'm in a relationship, I don't play games. Maybe.
But I'm still trying to figure out where the game is.
Because so Hutch, check this out, right? Sometimes, when people make gestures, they also do other little antagonistic type of shit.
I understand what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is the conversation at hand that Six said was, let me hold your phone. No. It's nothing after that. Now we adding on to, so if we adding on to stuff, then okay, fine. But for what he said, I'm still confused on what the issue is. If somebody say, let me see your phone, who calling you? You don't have to see my phone. No.
So you don't think if you're in a I'm sorry, go ahead, Six.
No.
But we all know in her mind, she's thinking it's abroad.
So every person who calls the phone is another chick?
That's what she thinks. In my opinion, I'm not a girl. What if females who are on this live, what do y'all think?
What the fuck?
I think it depends on who it is.
Yeah, it depends on
It's a
who it
case by
is.
case thing. If you have a history of a bunch of women calling your phone, it's probably a woman calling. And you don't want her to see because it's not really Verizon. Because what y'all have a habit of is when you right, you're going to let us know you're right. So if it's really Verizon calling your phone, you're going to be like, see, look at you looking dumb. Look at you looking dumb.
See, I understand that, right?
Thank
But
you,
it's
boss. Thank you, boss. You said enough.
yeah, but I understand all that bullshit. But at the same time, yo, me at 41 years old, don't ask me who the fuck calling my phone.
That sounds like the hush that I know who be pushing broads.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to stop that one.
What you mean
So,
stop it? I'm 41 years old. Don't ask me
okay,
who calling my phone.
so you 41 and if you're in a committed relationship and I'm your
I
woman,
don't
I
care.
damn
Don't ask me
sure
who
gonna ask
calling
you
my
who
phone.
calling your phone, especially
No.
if they call at the wrong time of night. Let them call
Bro.
at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm knocking you and them on their head.
we adding times and stuff. I'm
Oh,
talking about
Hutch, come
general.
on now.
We talking general conversation. If somebody call at 2:15 in the morning, Hutch, you're stupid. Why do you have your ringer on?
But why did you just say? You just said, I'm 41 years old. Why the fuck is you asking me who's calling my phone?
Exactly, but this is how I feel. But see, this is why things go south in situations. If everybody is confident in their relationship and things is all good, why do you need to ask me who's calling my phone?
And why did the man not make the woman confident in her relationship? Apparently, it was some reason why she wasn't comfortable.
Why gotta be a man or woman thing? Because women also do things too.
Y'all do more than we do. Y'all do the most.
Y'all
do the most.
Come on with this.
Y'all do the most.
First off, it's Jake from State
Pastor,
Farm.
you don't have no say. You married. You gotta get out of this conversation.
Top row.
First off, it's Jake from State Farm calling the phone. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. Listen, the second thing is this. Women do have a side in this too. Because let me jump in on what Hutch is saying. Women that do stuff like this. Women won't save the number in their phone or whatever. So it'll just be a number there without no name on it or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
and y'all save the number. Y'all save the number. Y'all put a man's name when it's really a woman, and y'all turn it in. Just like if it's Keisha, y'all gonna put Keith.
Women don't do that.
I don't know who that is, but if it's Keisha, it's Keisha. Who's
There's
Keith?
a lot of Pizza Hut.
Or y'all gonna put Pizza Hut and all that dumb.
Who has time? Who has time for that? Who has time to say it's Pizza Hut?
The dude just trying to be slick and got shit with him. That's who.
So this is the thing. When Hutch said I'm 41, I ain't got time for that. That's what he's saying. He's saying either I'm gonna be this way, I'm gonna be that way. I'm not gonna have time to add Pizza Hut to people's names and all that other stuff. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. You know, I'm in a relationship with.
Okay, so Pastor, Pastor, what man you know gonna sit up there and say that they a hoe?
Is it about they a hoe?
Yeah.
Is it about saying that they're a hoe? Or I mean, my thing is like sometimes it's just like, yo, just relax. Like it be certain situations where you ain't even gotta do all that. Like some people make things so bigger than what it is. Like how you making things bigger than what's right. What you mean? What you mean you ain't got it? Because I don't have to do that.
Why am I making it bigger? I bet you it's a whole bunch of somebody. Please wait in. Where's Breon at? Breon, please wait in.
What you need, an entourage?
Yes, I do need an entourage because I feel like I'm being personally attacked by you.
What you mean? You the one.
So, I'm sorry. Look, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you, Mr. J, today.
So, Miss Sharp Lady.
Yes, Captain.
At one time, how many have you had on your roster? I'm talking people who just randomly good mornings, all the way to
7.
You out on dates.
7
already.
You had 7?
Yes, I had 7 on my roster.
How did you narrow them down?
So you want me to lie or tell the truth?
I want you to tell the truth.
Conversation. I would say conversation.
Wait.
How they related.
You see how she said you and me lie to the truth, but it be men?
We just lying.
Come on, man. Come on, sharp lady. Come on now.
Hold on, I got a question before she continues. Is this question about a single person or a person in a relationship?
A single person.
A single person. So that's what I'm saying. At one time, yeah, it was 7, and it was about the communication, how they related to me, and I picked them off. I picked them off one by one.
Did you let them know that you had 7 different people possible?
Hell no, I'm not stupid.
Oh, but you just said it's the men.
So what? We play the game better than y'all anyway.
Hold up, you just said it's the men. Yo, how you speaking? You speaking out of 2 sides of your mouth.
Yes, I am speaking out both sides of my mouth. Yes,
okay,
I can be a hoe, but I don't gotta tell her.
Come on, you talking bullshit now, because right now you talking about men, and you doing the same shit. Come on, man.
But Lisa, I ain't messing with nobody's feelings. Y'all be telling broads that y'all love them.
No, you gotta
go to women.
Or you my only one.
So do women.
Says who? I'm not telling nobody they my only one if they not my only one.
Man, when you be in that bed and y'all fucking, all type of languages be coming out, all type of different stuff.
I don't do no pillow talk unless I really mean it.
So you just fucking face. You ain't saying.
You can say
first of all, the first rule of thank you, Pastor. So the first rule of thumb is that if you just a one on a roster, you ain't getting kissed. That's the first rule of thumb.
What? So you getting dick down and no kiss?
And she ain't talking. She just straightforward, eyes wide open, just looking at the motherfucker, ain't saying shit.
Or when they go to kiss you, you turn your head.
Ooh. Do you still give them head though? Is head?
No, hell no. No, they not getting no head. No, absolutely not.
Man, is this a part of the top? Because I don't know what this lady talking. Now she off with some other bullshit.
Why gotta be? Why does it gotta be bullshit? Hush if it's the truth.
No,
why does it gotta be bullshit if it's the truth?
Because you just said out your mouth like it's all men, and you turn around, you talk about you doing the same bullshit. I don't believe you. You need more people.
I ain't gonna front though.
I don't fucking believe nothing you talking about.
I need some head.
I don't know what you talking about. I don't believe nothing you talking about.
Because I think that women are more honest with that. If women have more men on their roster, they're going to be honest about it. Y'all don't be honest about women on your roster. That's what I'm saying. So if you want to call it talking both sides of the mouth, then you call it what it is. Women don't to me.
That's crazy because you said women be honest about it, but you just asked 6. Should I tell the truth?
Right.
And that was just a joke. I always start off with, if you noted my response, that's the first thing I always say. That didn't have anything to do with the relevancy of the question.
And Sharp Lady, that's a good segue for this great comment that I see over here. Sheree Schofield says, women and men lie equally. Facts.
Yeah.
They better than us. I ain't gonna front. I don't even know if they better. I just feel like we always get caught.
I don't think that they're better. I think that we just sometimes we get in the moment and we don't want to tell what it is. Sometimes you might be dealing with somebody and you rather spare their feelings, so you might just be like whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Women, what they do is they give you that Heisman move. They give you all that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. That's what they're giving you. All that push off shit. They deflecting. That's what they doing. But what about motherfucking DJ Khaled and shit? You know what I'm saying? She just proved the fact just now. But men. Turn around and say what she do.
But what I just told you, Hutch, is that I'm not going to sit up there and tell a guy I feel one way about him, and I don't. I feel like men do. I think that they do lead women on to believe that they are the number one. They are the wifey. They do believe that.
Because I don't think what we think. That's what we're taught that women want to hear.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Women aren't taught that. We're not taught to tell guys, "Oh, you're the number one. You know, you're doing this and you're doing that."
So what they do?
I think that we are taught to basically to show them how we feel about them through our actions. So in our actions is basically like if all I do is tell you, you know, okay, you can come over, and then after you come over, yeah, I'm gonna do a wham bam, thank you, man. All right, now you can leave. No, you're not leaving your clothes over here. No, you're not having a drawer. None of that stuff. No, you're not having a key. No, you're not having a code access to my door.
But you know what? The funny thing about that is I think things have changed. Men sometimes want to feel like they're the only one too. And
so let me ask you this question, not to cut you off, Mr.
You want to feel loved?
Not to cut you off, Brother Six. But while this lady's over here talking about some, no, we ain't giving a code. Oh, we not talking this. No, you ain't talking that. So, but if you had seven jokers on your roster, who was the number one and who was the number 7? Because you ain't tell all of them about 1 through 7. So stop the bullshit.
They didn't have no ranking. It wasn't like he's number 1, he's number 7. It was just a total of 7 altogether.
You just said women are taught to this, women are taught to that. But you said you had 7.
And they didn't have a ranking.
Wait a minute, Hutch. So can I just say this? Men and women both do relationship things that aren't in a relationship or whatever. So that could be misconstrued because everybody gonna get on here. It's men gonna do it, women gonna do it. Everybody gonna get on somewhere and say, "Oh, I don't catch feelings." But as soon as you know, what I'm saying the thing gets sexual, people catch feelings or whatever. So if you're doing relationship things with somebody you're not in a relationship with, you don't have to say "I love you." You know what I'm saying? Your actions are saying that. That's how I feel.
So,
Can
Pastor,
you read Sheray's comment again, please?
Say again.
Can you read Sheray's comment again, please?
Women and men lie equally.
Thank you.
So, Pastor.
Hi, Brian.
Before you were a pastor,
that's my brother, y'all.
And when you were living the regular life, did you have a roster?
No, I ain't never been with more than one woman at a time.
I ain't never been with a baddie.
So
5.
So this is the this is the thing. My issue was A6. My issue was I always had to be in a relationship. So like if one relationship ended, it was another one. So it was like I never really felt like I got a chance to know myself because I was always.
What about Good Morning Texas?
What about?
I can't see Pastor sending out Good Morning Texas. I'm sorry.
You didn't send out Good Morning Texas. Those are kind of like feelers.
Women don't want Good Morning Texas no more.
So can I say this,
Brother Six? Women don't want that Good Morning shit no more. They said it's all repetitive, so they don't want that no more.
First of all,
so you just got looked her up.
Whoever told you that does not speak for me because I had to go through a lot of work because I still want a Good Morning text, even though
Good morning. Good
morning. I had to convince my husband to text me "Good morning, beautiful," even though we woke up together.
But you're married. I'm talking about them single ones who's out there.
What I'm saying is, women. What I'm saying is, women do like them.
Oh, well, from what I understand, them women that's out there dating, they say they tired of hearing "Good morning, beautiful."
Granted, I ain't been in the dating pool in like 10 years, but what I wanted to say was, when most of my single life, adult life, I was a relationship person, and I had one small break where I was like, I don't want a relationship. Like I had decided that it was going to be me and Mimi, and we were going to be a family, and that was it. So I could just date people, but like you can't really come over. We don't gotta really go out on dates. I got friends that I can hang out with. Like you serve this purpose on the roster, and that's it. And then, what was that?
So I got a question for the 2 single people at the bottom. Being that the top three people have been up the game for a while, what's the new thing to do?
What you mean?
Like you said, Good Morning Texas is done.
So what you do to get their attention if they don't want the Good Morning text?
I don't know. They said they just want straightforward. They don't want to hear all that bullshit. Good morning, beautiful.
So how do you approach the situation? Like, yo, can I fuck?
But I do see people say stuff like,
I don't think it's your kind of fuck. I just think that they don't want to hear "Good Morning Beautiful" anymore because it's been stated so many times for so many years that they're like tired. Like some of them be like, I don't want to hear "Hey Queen." Some of them don't want to hear that shit either. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just hear the shit that they be saying, man. They'd be like, oh, okay. You think you're doing right? Good Morning Beautiful.
I don't get. I don't get why people say they don't like "What are you doing?" text. I feel like "What are you doing?" should be said before you just start randomly talking to me in the text.
So somebody the other day, right? They said that what happens is with the what you doing, there's no follow up to what you're doing. It's just what you're doing, then and that's it. Nothing else after that. So
I wish somebody would text me and be like, "What you doing?" and that's it.
Right. So they don't be like,
"What you text me for?"
Because you're like the 13th person they've done it to. So by the time somebody replies, I'm already in the conversation.
There's no
so I'm out the game.
There's no all right, let's go on a date. There's no you know what I'm saying? That's how they feel, like nothing else is happening after that.
Okay. I'm glad you explained it because I'm like, every single person I text, with the exception of my sister, I probably start off with "What are you doing?" so I can know if you can engage in this conversation with me. Hey, Patrick.
That's what I thought. I thought it was, you know, what you doing so you can know how we moving after that.
Patrick said single women get 100 good morning
Patrick said single women get 100 good morning texts a day.
Yeah.
I just want
the married ones get them too.
I'm trying to get my husband. Once the pandemic started, he fell off of it.
Yeah. So, Kathy,
what's wrong with having a good morning greeting? It's nothing wrong with that.
People to say good morning in the group text. Go ahead.
So, Kathy, what is your like ideal or like a way that you want to be picked up? Like, what if you was a dude? What would you say to you to sweep you off your feet?
I was about to say the ideal way to pick me up is spin from the knees and. Sorry, I'm interested.
You know what? To be honest with you, Six, I don't know. I really don't know. I think that, you know, it gotta be a whole lot. Because
I mean, it's a first approach though. You can't do a whole lot.
So the first approach could for me it could be very simple. It could just be, you know, hi, how you doing? You know, it don't even have to be. To me, when you come with the "Good morning, beautiful," or "Hey, queen," or something like that, my first response is, "Oh, here you come with the bullshit."
Damn, that's fucked up. So Hutch,
you know,
I think I am a beautiful queen, so I'm like, there you go. Thank you.
But the thing is, it's been used so much, and it's such
it's only so many greetings you can say.
But I'm always going to be beautiful, and I'm always going to be a queen. Maybe y'all should just start accepting some of this stuff.
He just want to make sure
I think
you know.
Six is right. It's only but so many ways.
Hey, Miss Lady.
I feel like
Miss Lady
to be like, "What's up, bitch?"
Oh, that's the same. That's gonna get you to shut the door right then and there. Hey, Miss Lady. And
hey, Miss Lady. The squeegee boys done put a heart on your car. That shit didn't work.
I mean, I hope that's not picking people up.
It could be used as a way. I'm about to get outside and start squeegeeing some shit, putting hearts on shit, and see where it goes.
I wish somebody would put a heart on my window.
They do it all the time, I heard.
Not when. I ain't never had
I get a heart every time I go down President Street.
You get a heart on your window?
Lacking.
And I'm like,
it's because you got that big old truck.
Who, you talking to, me or Toya?
Yeah. Ain't nobody can draw a heart when they got to climb on your whole grill and shit.
You know what, Captain? You funny.
Hutch.
Yo.
Sheree said the term has been overused.
I can't hear you.
How would you like to be picked up by a woman? What would be ideal?
How you doing?
So
I'm more into these days. People don't even ask how you doing no more. Like, you know, nobody wants to know how you doing. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, everything you just gotta be just straightforward, like you know.
Yeah. Y'all that in that single life, it sounds real hard. A little
I
bit.
think a little common courtesy go much further than brown nosing it.
That's what I think they want. I'm sorry.
All right. So what if
my friend Danny?
Would this work if you was in a store and you was buying breakfast and he paid for your breakfast? Would you at least give him the number?
Yeah, that get my attention.
Yeah, it's gonna get you. Gonna get that free meal, and that's gonna be it.
The fastest way to my heart is through my stomach.
You gonna give him that free. You gonna give him that free meal, and that's gonna be the done deal.
That's the way it
exactly.
goes.
Hey, Hutch, you know how they are. They're gonna take the free meal and have no interest at all.
Right. Out the door.
Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, I will take it and be out the door because there is a such thing as paying it forward. Like I've been in restaurants and they just be like, "I'm gonna pay for the next person's meal." Everything's to come on.
Nah, Chan. Nah. I told you, you're not gonna pass it off as that. We ain't talking about that. This one got nothing to do with passing it forward. Paying it forward. That's not what we're talking about.
Get him,
Pastor. Talking about the guys paying for breakfast to get your number.
Get him, Pastor. Get him, Pastor. Get him, Pastor.
If you pay for
doing that. Hey, Toya, Shayna does that. That don't have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
And don't pay for my number first. Don't be mad that I took the food and you asked my number secondary. Because I am going to think that God has sent somebody.
Oh my gosh.
To pay for my breakfast. I may even give a shout. I'm sorry.
Hey, Hutch, whose man is this?
It's cause for a praise break. So I'm not going to block my lesson and be like, "No, you don't got to pay for that." I'll be like, "Oh, thank you." Now, what y'all need to start doing is start out the gate. Hey, are you single? If I say no, then you decide if you want to pay for my food from there.
Before you start speaking in tongues,
so should they ask you, do you mind if I pay for this? Or should you just say, okay, I'm paying for this?
I mean, that last one sounded aggressive. And we'll have to say, no, thank you. Because that sounds like,
you're going to give me them cheeks.
It was a little bit on that. But,
I'm just asking, like,
me a drink, but I have had people pay for my food. And I told y'all last week, I was reading the signs wrong because I didn't know that if you buy me a drink, I'm supposed to follow you and go meet you. Because if you buy me something, I'm just going to take it and leave. And call my husband and be like, "Babe, I got my breakfast for free."
First off,
check me out.
First off, Danny said hi. Hey, Danny. Randy said, "I thank God I'm not out in these dating streets. God bless y'all." Then Randy said, "I've done the Starbucks pay it forward thing a few times, but this ain't that. Toya, this ain't that." Randy then said, "LaToya, if somebody starts off with, 'Are you single?' it would be an immediate no. I have a husband/boyfriend."
Exactly. So that's when you decide if you think you need to pay for my food. Start off quick. Don't pay for
that doesn't.
And then
I don't
be
think
like,
that works,
"So can I get your phone number?" No.
I don't think that works.
So he asked you, he pay your food, and then he asked you for the number. Then
I said, "Ask first."
Look here, Slim. This is what you do.
The number first.
You pay for the food, and then you walk outside, but you just walk outside. So you hit her with the boomerang again. So when she come outside, she's like, "Oh, thank you, da da da," and then you start the conversation. Blah blah blah.
That's the first indication.
Does that matter nowadays?
It does with me. So.
Who else?
And since I'm always showing off my nails, I'm showing off the ring too.
Well, won't be paying for the meal. Now I'm just fucking with you.
I'm saying, but you can save yourself some time. Ask that question real quick. Can I ask you a question? Are you single? And when she say no, don't buy her food.
But
now, if you want to proceed further, but what I'm saying is, if you want to proceed further in trying her, go ahead. But don't buy her food because she already told you she's not available.
I seen a lot of videos on YouTube, not YouTube, on Facebook, where she, as soon as you approach her, oh, I got a man, fuck you, I got a girlfriend. Da, 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 da. I think girls are just tired of being approached in those ways.
I think go to the next comment. Randy, I know you wrote a little paragraph there.
Stupid.
Patrick, I think and I was told this by a guy who I told you about the last time I was at your house, that a ring is more enticing on men. I don't see a whole bunch of men out like, oh, she got a ring on.
Yes, they do.
But it be women like, oh, he a good man because he married. I think those are the ones that are enticing. But I just know that I let everybody know.
Yo, dudes do it all the time. We just don't go like that. But be like, oh, I'm a stun on this dude. I'm gonna take his girl.
I mean, you might. Sheree agrees with me. She's on my team.
Patrick disagrees.
Patrick is not in agreement. What do y'all think?
About what?
You fellas. That
I already told you.
Is more entitled. What did he say? Brings more attention.
I'm banning you from the studio, sharp lady.
Oh. Pastor, what do you think? Does a ring bring more attention?
Does wearing your ring bring more attention to you?
Yeah.
Man, Pastor gonna say no.
So
I had a pastor tell me
it's a hard one to answer, but my wife does get a lot of attention with the ring.
Really? Ooh. I'm starting to think. I mean, maybe I'm not.
But and the ring doesn't stop them from talking or whatever. Because my wife has had the ring on her finger, and they be like, "Oh, that little thing."
I don't get drinks.
You know how niggas do.
Not that little thing. I don't get drinks sent to me. I don't get anybody looking past the ring saying, "Oh, that look." I'm starting to think I'm not as far as I think I am.
Oh, that little thing.
It's okay. It's okay. My husband loves me.
I'm about to steal that line. It's like I'm just joking. But anyways,
what Patrick said?
Oh, he said, I can't read it.
A man see a ring that means no attachment.
See a ring that means no attachment.
All fun.
How does a ring mean? Oh, means
no attachment for him.
I got it. I understand, Patrick. That is true.
Done.
We can hear you.
Get back in.
Please don't say those things because we can hear you.
Who's talking? What happened?
That was Sharp Lady.
She said she can't get back in?
But she was back in when she
was
said
definitely in.
He was on the screen.
Yeah, my soda is affecting me, y'all.
Somebody grab that time because we definitely need to make a clip of that. But anyway.
7:16, but I don't know how many minutes we're in.
An hour 13.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking.
Anyway.
What's on the list?
What else? Oh, since we're on that topic, what is it that your partner can't do without you? I'll give an example. We all know I love Diddy. I told Marlon, if he happens to be in New York and somebody says, I'm going to a party hosted by Bad Boy or Ciroc, he should just say, I can't go. On the off chance that Diddy might be there.
I would say
on the off chance that he's busy, I'm gonna say you can't go.
Huh?
On the off Marlon is busy, I'll say you can't go.
What? I'm sorry, I don't understand where you're going with that. It wasn't about me going. It was that he can't go. He can. Okay, so no, 6. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
All right, I'm gonna say that unless she's out of town on vacation or some stuff, which me and my wife don't go on separate vacations, but I would say she's not allowed to sleep outside the house. Like you can't. Like as I would say,
you can't go out with me, get drunk, and stay here
the whole night.
What you saying?
Yes,
because y'all live. Me and Marlon went out by y'all house. Y'all live a good 5 years away.
Really?
So if your wife decides to hang out with me and my sisters and we drinking, you mean to tell me
She can take the helicopter back.
I got to send her home? By the way, when we went out there, my phone stopped working on some streets. So you tell me I got to send her home and wait to make sure she get home 2 hours from now.
No, because she's not allowed to go. If you cannot make your way back home, you should not go. Pastor, what can your wife not do? Well, let's not say it like that, because when you say it like that,
Marlon cannot go to a bad boy party without me. That is when I say can't go, I mean we are discussing divorce.
Oh, I get what you're saying now. So you want to know what Shayna can't do?
Yeah.
Facts.
I don't really like. So I don't really like for her to get wasted when I'm not around.
I get that.
Okay, I think that's just a caring husband thing.
Get a little tipsy.
All right, here's another one. I text Marlon today and was like, hey, you want to go to the movies after Mimi's race? Commercial break, boom. My baby races this Saturday, 10 a.m. at Catonsville High School. Please come out and see my baby in her first race.
Okay.
Back to the discussion.
Shameless plug.
Yes. So I said to my husband, I texted him, I said, hey, you want to go to the movies after we leave the race? And he was like, you want to go see Black Panther? I said, yes. And he was like, okay. And I went downstairs and I was like, that's when we had this discussion. And I said, personally, I don't think you should go see it without me. That's why I got you early. I know he got work Friday. So I'm beating any of his friends. They're trying to go see it together.
Oh, y'all going to the movies? What day?
We going Saturday after the race. If you go to the race, you can go to the movies with us.
Is that right? Pastor, you going to the race?
I have a wedding on Saturday, but me and my wife will be watching if she allows us to watch.
Are you the officiant or whatever?
No, I'm in the wedding. This is my pastor brother's wedding. I'm one of the groomsmen.
Oh, what y'all doing for the reception?
Say again.
What y'all doing for the reception?
Stay focused.
Hold on. Y'all going to the reception?
It's no alcohol.
They need a 360? I'm just saying, if we doing shameless plugs, I might as well do a shameless plug too, you know.
No problem. I'll ask him if he's interested in that, if he had one already, and get back to you.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on.
So you trying not show it to
Hold up. You know the rules, right?
What rules?
Who you talking to? Him or me?
Pastor.
Oh, not having no other 360 but you?
I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't go to nobody else's church but yours.
No, I feel you.
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Right, Patrick?
How
you gonna cut the comment off about my baby? So anyway, so I know you don't want her to get wasted, but like, is there something that there is like absolutely don't do without me? I think don't get wasted is a safety thing that I think all women should practice.
Oh, okay. So don't go to a Drew Hill concert without me.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Mullen tried it.
Because
they got a concert on the 30th or the 31st.
I think it's like the 30th. I don't know. But I know what you're talking about with all the different groups and stuff.
Him and his friends was talking about it. And I was like, because I just so happened to look. It's their 25th anniversary. So I was like, let me see if they're in Baltimore one more time so I can go. And I saw it was like the 30th or the 31st. And I asked him and he was like, oh yeah, me and the fellas was talking about it. Were y'all talking about taking the wives? Because let's not go to Drew Hill without me.
Another thing she wouldn't be able to do if they had like a Comic Con, but with Power Rangers, she wouldn't be able to go to that without me. I'm the biggest Power Rangers fan there is.
I feel you.
Yo, didn't one of them die? The black one?
The original Yellow Ranger died.
Was he a black guy?
No. The Asian girl, the original Yellow Ranger died.
Oh. I could have swore the black person did too. I don't know. Anybody watch anything good this week?
We done with the things your partner can't do?
Yeah.
What can't you do?
I can't go to the show early. I can't stay late. Not just playing. It's a
You gonna
joke.
put her foot in your ass?
Because I have to drive 5 hours
right now, so I can specifically tell her what section to go to.
All right, we double clicking. I'm gonna stop clicking. I'm done.
I ain't touched none of them, so that's you and Pastor.
I think Pastor he getting a little handsy over there.
He said, "I read them. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna post them when I want to." What that one say?
Trini died. She was in a car accident.
Yo, there is nothing that Randy doesn't know.
Right.
Who's Trini?
The original Yellow Ranger.
Oh, yeah, he does know everything.
So Marlins was, I don't know if it still stands because I took him, but it was that I couldn't go to Green Bay without him.
No, you can go to Green Bay.
I told him he can go to, because I've been to so many Ravens games now, he can go to a game without me, but he can't go and have like club seats without me.
Can he go to Famous Dave's without you?
Yes, he can.
Okay, that's
Because I go and I'm gonna go next Wednesday without him.
Oh, speaking of next Wednesday.
Ding ding ding.
I'll let you make the announcement.
What time is it?
7:24, but we should wrap up.
Gotta get. Oh damn.
I'm just saying.
I had another one related to the shows that I'm watching. Do y'all believe in love at first sight?
I do.
I believe that lust at first sight.
So one believes in love and one believes in lust.
So I believe I was in love with Dream Girl at first sight. But then she started talking and I was like, I don't really like her. I just think she's fine. And I'm praying that's not the same thing with Tammy. I'm praying.
We're not talking about celebrities, man.
She's not a celebrity. She just a little bit over VIP gutter.
Don't talk about my friend. And I'm going to go see my friend when the show over. Come think of it.
Shots fired.
I'm going to go see my friend down the street when this is over. Ha. Bet you can't say you want to go see Tammy or Dream Girl.
Tammy be outside. What you talk about? We be in the same
Can you
party.
call her though? Because I can call my celebrity.
Because your celebrity is celebrity.
I can call my rapper friend.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the day I can call Tammy, I'll be giving up the show.
I'm sorry, I clicked it. Okay, the reason why I asked is because I watched Married at First Sight and I watched Love is Blind. And I be seeing these people on Married at First Sight. After 8 weeks, they be like, I'm not sure if I'm in love with you yet. But on Love is Blind, they be in the pods for 10 days and be like, I love you. Will you marry me?
Because, I mean, when you're talking to somebody, that's where the love comes into. You're really in love with their mind. But I heard something interesting today. So somebody told me that, okay, so when you're with somebody for 7 years, as a man, you are, I'm not going to say lusting, but you're physically wanting to be with a woman because of, somehow something in your mind tells you she would make a good mother. But after 7 years, you move to a new plateau of love where it's like you're not really love them as far as lusting. You more so, hey, we've been together. So that's why they call it the 7-year itch. Because after 7 years, you kind of like either you fall apart or you just be with that person because it's more convenient and y'all been on a lot of stuff and y'all like friends. What are your thoughts of that?
Patrick said it's called Mind Fuck on Good Game. Or Good Game. I feel like was it from a male's perspective?
It was.
I feel like I'm gonna speak for him. I feel like my husband still lusts after me. I mean, switch up my wig, let him feel like he's cheating. I don't know.
Pastor, what's your thought on that concept?
Give it to me one more time, brother.
All right, so basically, for the first 7 years of your relationship with somebody, your body is telling you, oh, this person would make a good mother. So you kind of be lusting for them. After 7 years, that hormone or whatever kind of wears off. And that's why it's called the 7-year itch, because at 7 years, you basically have to make a decision with yourself. And you don't love, like after 7 years, you don't love them like, oh, I just want to have sex with them. You love them more so because y'all been through this together. Y'all did this, y'all did that. What is your thought on that?
So I say this. I completely understand when she asked, do you believe in love at first sight? And I understand your answer when you say I believe in lust at first sight, because the first thing you're going to see on a woman is her appearance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I understand why you said that. I feel like when it comes to being mature, you got to add something to the physical. You know what I'm saying? You got to build upon that. See, me and my wife been together 12 years or whatever. So we needed to have more than just physical attraction to last this long, and even to last further than today. So like when you start building upon that, you know, you have favorite movies, you have favorite TV shows. Don't go to the Bad Boy concert with me. Without me. Don't go to the Drew Hill concert without me. All these things or whatever is something you build on top of that or whatever like that. Because I mean, like let's keep it a buck. You know, when you get married, you're not gonna have as much sex as you did when before you was married or whatever. And you know, I'm sure the older couples ain't getting it like they, you know, like we used to back in the, when you're younger, whatever. But I just feel like you gotta build upon that physical attraction, and that's what'll keep you still going after the 7-year itch.
Randy said his brother fell in love with his wife when they were in the 5th grade. No lie, so I believe in it.
But is that love at first sight, or was he with her through 1 through 5?
Meanwhile, I had a crush on Alicia's best friend.
Oh, you put the name out.
Wildin'.
You put the name out. I mean, I like girls
we all
with
know
names
his
like
wife's
Alicia
name,
too.
so it's not a secret.
What'd you say?
I said, you say you put the name out there. I said, we know her name. It's not a secret.
That's his wife?
Alicia's his wife, yeah. So he was in love with his wife.
My bad.
He was out there.
Nose wide open.
That's jumping out the window. I don't know. I don't think I was in love, but I always say the day I met Marlon, I knew that's who I was going to marry. Our first date, I was like, I guess I was wrong about that. And then he turned it around. But I find it weird, like the difference, like even like I get you saying, you know, they just talking. So I do think that plays a large part in it when you are just really talking to a person. Y'all can't do anything physical. You really getting to know them. But they still, on Married at First Sight, they be like 8 weeks later, like, I just don't know if I love you yet. And I'm like, that's weird to me.
Because you physically see this person, you see her when she ain't got no wig on. And when her hair was like...
So you don't love a person more? I feel like my husband gets the ultimate love because he does see me without my wig on. He sees me in my Sealy's.
My best
which is a
lust. I can't touch the comments, so
you couldn't touch him. Pastor was looking down.
No. I don't want to impede on nobody's job.
It ain't that deep.
You want to read them?
I think you read that one already.
Oh, okay. Yep, I sure
read
did.
That one too. My brother was in love. I was in lust.
But even still, you was trying to love the crew, though. Not good look, Randy. They ain't teach you that in church.
Wow.
I told y'all the soda has kicked in, and damn, maybe I'm not going to go see Gutter tonight because I probably shouldn't drive.
Off a
Couple
soda?
of grape sodas.
Off of your soda? Yeah. What was you drinking it with? Was that eggnog? Oh, apple cider. Okay, I
It's
get it.
my favorite mixture.
Speaking of that,
And put
who's
it
doing
in
what for
cake.
Thanksgiving? Who cooking? Where the party at? Who cooking? What's up?
For Thanksgiving, we are going to Seven's house.
Mm.
So that's gonna be a turn up.
Oh.
I don't cook. We'll be finding somewhere to go. Keep our family in prayers though, because well, my big sister and kid's godmother, she normally cooks for Thanksgiving, but she may not be cooking this year because her twin sister passed away. My youngest daughter's godmother passed away. So, when certain people pass away in your family, it don't feel right with that place at the table missing.
Mm-hmm.
Respect.
I definitely understand. I think I want to say, I don't know. This was something that me and Mullen discussed, but I do feel like after my parents died, we might have taken like a year or two off. But speaking of Thanksgiving and holidays, guess it's just down to the two of us. I said I had a hard time because I'm so used to being with my family. I had a hard time when my sisters like started their own families.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't quite understand why they felt the need to go like be with their in-laws or spend time at home with their immediate family. And I was like, when I got married, I was kind of like, I did go to Marlon's family, but I was like, but we still got to go over here. Like, I'm used to being with family. Like, even one of my sisters, they're staying home because her in-laws are coming over. And I was like, but why? I was like, bring them with you. Like, why would you not be with us? Like, so I said, I guess I still have a hard time with it, but yeah. I'm learning to deal with it. Just like, I'll get y'all when I get y'all. We do try to make like, most of the time, and I have to ask them, are we going to do it? If we don't spend Thanksgiving together, we'll spend the next day as sisters.
One thing I learned about being with Shayna is that, like I've heard it before and it made sense, but I've seen it face to face, is that grief doesn't have a deadline. So like Shayna's grandfather passed away probably at least 15, 16 years ago. And every year she still grieves like it happened yesterday. So it's just like grief don't have a deadline at all. Like I said, big sister passed, and my youngest daughter's godmother. But every day she's like, "I miss Godmommy. I miss Godmommy." And she says it every day.
Mm-hmm. So definitely, before we go today, we probably want to talk about what happened yesterday, and how does everybody feel, and what's on their minds about the elections.
I voted for Governor Moore, the Governor-elect Wes Moore. I liked the stuff that he was saying. I liked his background, how he had to fight for where he's at now. His idea of patriotism, his understanding of what it means, what patriotism means and stuff, and not leaving people behind. I like what he stands for, and I hope prayerfully he is who he say he is.
A journey. We had just announced, my amazing wife and I, and our remarkable team, we had just announced that we got in this race to become the next governor of Maryland.
Yeah. That's me screaming. So y'all know who I voted for.
Congratulations.
Did you vote? 6?
No.
No. What do y'all think about question 4? And do you know the question besides 4?
So when I went to the poll, I understood that even if I didn't vote for question 4, it would have got passed anyway.
Why?
Why what?
Why would it have got passed?
Everybody was going to be for it. I knew everybody was going to be for it.
Okay, so here's, because my sister is clearly not for it. So like we were on one of my posts and she was like, I said, don't even ask, you already know I voted yes. And she was like, well, we didn't. And I was wondering, they're like super, how do I say this without insulting you and I? They're super churchy.
Churchy. I figured you would say that. So this is my issue. I don't like when people call recreation use medicinal and try to disguise it as medicinal when it's not. That's one thing I'll say. The other thing I'll say is I may have a bias against drugs in general, and I may still look at it like, you know, they may call me an old timer, or like maybe I got to get with the new times, or maybe I got to ease back. But I still look at it as a gateway drug. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, prescription drugs be the reason why, sometimes it be the reason why people get hooked on harder stuff, because they used a strong prescription for a long time and then they get hooked on harder stuff. Like, do we still believe that there's some chance that weed can be the gateway to other stuff?
I don't. Not as much as I think opioids are.
Okay.
My husband works in that field, and those addictions come from prescription medicine. It comes from something, in most cases, it comes from something that was prescribed to them. Okay. They become addicted and need something harder, or they are just addicted to that and have to get that, or have to get whatever is available to them.
The pain.
I often say, when we talk about marijuana use, I feel like, what's the difference between alcohol?
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I truly have to change the subject because we have 10 minutes.
Oh, gosh. I thought I was going to get an answer to my question, but go ahead.
What about alcohol?
Yeah.
What about alcohol?
That's the same.
Cut us off. I said, what's the difference between marijuana and alcohol?
Both are dangerous.
Both are mind altering.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Okay.
I would like to play my video. I would like to play my video.
Pastor, you asked for her, and there she is.
Breon, welcome back. We were looking for you. LOL, alcohol is a drug. People typically get introduced to alcohol before anything. I think that's your gateway. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna play my video.
God.
And I want to hear how everybody feels about this.
It's long.
It's 2 minutes.
I grew up in a whorehouse. I grew up in a trap house.
Yep.
So all I knew was that. You know what I'm saying? And I love you because you held it down and like you did what you had to do. But imagine you never had
child point of view.
You never had to sleep with your mama 24/7 because you couldn't go in your room.
Okay.
You never had to walk in on mother dope.
Yeah.
You never had to walk in on mother just you know what I'm saying? The way I was raised, I had to deal with that because everything that happened, I had to deal with that. And I'm still dealing with it because ain't nobody come and take me to give me no help. Ain't nobody got me no help. I learned about that when I got older.
Okay. So do you
know this real, cuz like this this in my head, my whole life. In my head. The I go through, I can't even go to her, she hard. I can't go to you hard. So I'm on the concrete, my granddaddy ain't that hard.
Wow.
But guess what? And I ain't taking nothing from you because you put me there. You put money in my you gave me to help my rap career and all that. Ain't nobody do that but you. So I love my mama.
It's okay though.
And I love my wife.
Yeah. But I love you.
You feel me?
But this is my baby. I just can't change his diaper.
All right, folks.
You go first.
Yo, I ain't go front. So the first time I seen that video, I really felt some type of way. Like I felt like that was some real shit. It's sad because, you know, as in another time, probably more so our time, they raised boys to be soldiers. So crying and all that stuff, that shit is a no-go. And I will say that's one beautiful thing that these new kids of the generation have brought to it, where you can be open, you can be sensitive, and you can be upset, you can be all that stuff. But in the time when I was young, you couldn't be none of that shit but a soldier, and that's it. And
to add to that as well, going to get help seem weak. Go ahead, keep going.
And I mean, with that being said, there's a lot of us who need help, but we were taught that shit was weak, that shit was whatever. And, you know, not to say mothers or fathers was bad, it was just they probably didn't have the information that we have now.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was really, really grown man of him to even be that vulnerable to say that in public. And I would applaud that shit because that shit was real.
Yeah, it was.
Excuse me, Miss Toya. How'd you feel about it?
I agree wholeheartedly. It broke my heart for him, but it also broke my heart for all the other Black men that feel like they can't share their emotions. They don't have anybody to go to. He said, I can't go to you because you hard. I can't go to her because she hard. So I mean, you know, he's like, I'm laying on concrete. And it just breaks my heart for those that don't feel like they have anybody and don't feel like they can talk about what they're going through. And just feel like this is how I have to go through life.
Yeah, that's some real shit, man.
I will say this has nothing to do with it, but everything to do with it. I was leaving my house the other day, and I try to leave out after ER goes off. So I think that's why I keep getting hit by this bus that's coming. But this time the bus came, so I had to stop and wait for him to let the kids get off. But they hadn't pulled off yet. So I saw a little boy get off the bus and run to his dad. And they had this, and I'm assuming it's his dad. It could have been a brother, uncle, grandfather, I don't know. But in my head, it was his dad. And the hug that they had, like, had me in tears just sitting there. And not because I don't see it often. It was just how beautiful it was, because I think I've had conversations with you where I said that there are, like, the relationship that I see with Black men and their kids now is not what the media wants us to believe that the relationship with Black men and their children are. I see very, very active fathers. When I said I'm gonna go see Gunna, I'm trying to get my hoodie because he's at his kid's football game or practice, and he's constantly there. Like, I see these men show up for their kids now, and I hope that they all get the help and get the love that they need to know how special they are and how needed they are. But I appreciate how these same men that probably didn't experience the love that they should have had are showing it to their kids now.
Yeah, that's good. With that being said, I would suggest everybody to go hug an older man, because you know a lot of mamas didn't hug their boys like that, yo, and a lot of fathers didn't hug their boys either. So there is definitely a mid tier of us who are learning how to love correctly. So I'm gonna leave it with that. Pastor, you got your prayer for today?
Be prepared and put on the full armor of God. The Ephesians, Breon, real quick, Breon said, ew, COVID, when you something about hug a grown man.
I mean, hug a grown man that you know.
Hold up. It just clicked, Pastor. I don't mean to cut you off. But oh, how I wish Hutch was still on right now. That this one who is unable to compliment another man just assigned you all to go out and hug one. Damien, I want a picture. I need proof of you hugging some grown man out there. I don't need
huh? Why you messed that up just now?
You were not outside that day. We stood outside
on
Maryland Avenue, and me, Seven, Miss Sharp Lady, and Hutch could not get him to give somebody a compliment.
All right,
So I want to see.
I'm not gonna. I don't have another grown Black man around me right now.
Next Wednesday, I want to see you hug the 2 grown men that are a part of this podcast.
This is a show. I'm just talking. Don't kill me. I'm just talking.
Talk about what's gonna get cut out and played again. you telling people to go out and hug a grown man.
I mean, you should, yo.
I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. I can't wait to see it. I want y'all to know I love y'all. I love black men. I don't care what they post, what they say, what Megan Thee Stallion rap about. I think you guys are phenomenal. We are not going to survive without you. And I need y'all to know that y'all are loved and that you are appreciated. But I want to see that man hug some other man.
So you look at Randy comment.
What did he say?
Well, thank you.
Okay. All right.
You,
don't lie. You better be there Wednesday with a hug.
The Apostle Paul knew that obeying the counsel that he was given in would not be.
Oh, dang.
So he froze. Do what is needed.
Just
me? You said I froze?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We got the Apostle Paul said.
The Apostle Paul knew that obeying the counsel that he was given in would not be easy. So he adds the whole armor of God passage to give the Ephesian Christians the spiritual resources to do exactly what is needed. Living as godly people in an ungodly world poses a whole host of problems. We must understand that people aren't our enemies, but we battle spiritual forces of wickedness. As with anything you do, as far as a task or a profession, we must be prepared. We must be ready. As it is the same with being a Christian walking in a godly manner. We must be prepared by putting on the full armor of God, putting on the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, and standing with our feet fitted with the readiness that comes with the gospel of peace. Take up the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. And so what should we do? Let us pray in the Spirit, move whatever needs to be moved to make time for God. Consider that maybe our problems are not coming from a lack of faith, but from a lack of preparation. Do not allow the enemy to catch us off guard. We must put on the full armor of God daily. And lastly, recognize that the enemy is the devil and not the people we see daily with our own eyes.
Amen.
This is the word from the shop.
All right. Yo, shout out to all the veterans out there. You know, if you served your country and you ain't have to, you the shit.
Thank you for your service to both of you.
Thank you. And do yourself a favor, take Friday off.
My military men.
All
Are y'all off?
I gotta work.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
I think I'm gonna do something for y'all.
So with that being said too, when we was talking about thinking of being weak, getting help or whatever like that, since we talking about veterans or whatever, do thank a veteran this week. And also let's do a battle buddy check. I may tag my buddy Damien, and I might tag a lot of my other friends and just say, hey, how you doing? It's the holiday season. Got a lot going on. Somebody might be missing from your table this year. You know what I'm saying? You might be having, some thoughts that you don't want to have or whatever. Let's all check on each other. Hutch say it all the time, and I'm going to keep repeating it. We all need to check on each other to make sure everybody's okay.
Amen.
That's real stuff. All right. So next week we will be live. Toya will be bringing candy apples.
Don't lie. But if you come to the race, there might be candy apples there, guys.
Who baking the pie?
Oh, we do need pie.
So next week, y'all gonna tune in and watch us just sit there and eat.
Shut up! Don't do that. All right. Good night. Bye.
Bye.